You felt it today and you didn't even stop to name it. It was that moment when everything around you was quiet, nothing urgent, nothing chaotic, but something inside you refused to settle. Your body was there, your routine was moving, but your mind kept pulling you somewhere else. You tried to ignore it. You picked up your phone. You distracted yourself. You told yourself you were just tired. But that wasn't it. You know it wasn't, because this feeling keeps coming back. It showed up yesterday too. Maybe when you were lying in bed staring at the ceiling, trying to relax, but your thoughts kept circling the same things. Things you said, things you didn't say, things you need to do, things you feel responsible for. And instead of resting, you kept thinking, holding, carrying, and you didn't say anything. You just stayed there pretending it would pass. But it didn't pass. It never really passes. It just gets quieter during the day and louder when you're alone. And the truth you've been avoiding is simple. You're not just tired. You're overwhelmed in a way you've learned to hide. You've been carrying things that are slowly exhausting you, and you've been doing it silently. Because that's what you do. You handle things, you adapt, you keep going, even when something inside you is asking you to stop, even when your mind is asking for relief, even when your heart feels heavier than it should. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. You know exactly what you're carrying. You just don't want to admit how much it's affecting you. You felt it earlier today. That small moment when something simple irritated you more than it should have. That reaction that came out sharper than you expected. That instant where you realized, this isn't really about this situation. There's more behind this. You felt it. And you moved on quickly because you didn't want to deal with it. But it stayed, it always stays. Because what you don't process, you accumulate. And what you accumulate eventually becomes weight. And you've been adding weight for a long time now. Not in one big moment. In small repeated moments, every time you said yes when you were already tired. Every time you took responsibility for something that wasn't fully yours. Every time you chose to stay strong instead of being honest about what you felt. Every time you told yourself, just one more time, just one more push, just a little more. And now here you are, still pushing, still holding, still carrying, but something inside you is not the same anymore. You feel it in your energy, you feel it in your patience, you feel it in the way your mind doesn't slow down, even when everything around you is calm. And you've been trying to function through it, trying to act like it's normal, trying to convince yourself that this is just how life feels, but it's not. This is not how it's supposed to feel. You were not created to carry everything. Not emotionally, not mentally, not spiritually. But somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself that being strong meant never putting anything down, that being reliable meant always being available, that being a good person meant carrying more than you should. And now, you don't even question it anymore. You just continue. But your body is questioning it. Your mind is questioning it. That feeling in your chest, that quiet pressure, that constant tension, that's not random. That's your limit, and you've been ignoring it. So let me ask you something directly. Why are you still carrying things that are clearly hurting you? You know what I'm talking about. That one situation, that one responsibility, that one emotional weight that keeps coming back into your thoughts. You've thought about it more than once. You've felt it more than once. You've even considered stepping back from it. But you didn't. Why? Because letting go feels wrong. Letting go feels like you're failing. Letting go feels like you're losing control. So you stay, you carry, you absorb, and you keep telling yourself you can handle it. But handling it is not the same as being okay. And deep down, you know you're not okay. Not fully. Not in the way you used to be. There's a tension inside you now. A constant awareness. A mental load that doesn't turn off, and you've learned to live with it. But just because you can live with it, doesn't mean you should. Because this is what happens when you carry too much for too long. You start losing parts of yourself. Not all at once. Slowly. You lose your patience. You lose your clarity. You lose your sense of peace. And the most dangerous part is that it feels gradual. It doesn't shock you. It drains you. And you adjust to the drain. You normalize the weight. You stop questioning it. But right now, something in you is paying attention. That's why you're here. That's why this is hitting you. Because a part of you knows something needs to change. Not everything, but something. And it starts with honesty, real honesty, not the version where you say you're just tired. The real version. The one where you admit, this is too much. So stop for a moment. Don't move on from this. Don't distract yourself. Stay here and answer this clearly. What is the one thing you're carrying right now that is draining you the most? You know it. It came to your mind immediately. Don't push it away. Look at it, feel it, and be honest. You've been holding this for too long, and it's affecting you more than you admit. So now, instead of ignoring it again, do something different. Speak. God, I've been carrying more than I can handle. I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to look weak. I didn't want to feel like I was failing. So I kept going. I kept holding everything together. I kept saying yes when I was already overwhelmed. I kept pretending I could handle it all. But I can't keep doing this. I feel it now. I feel the weight in my thoughts. I feel the pressure in my chest. I feel how this has been affecting me, even when I try to ignore it. And I don't want to keep living like this. I don't want to keep carrying things that are slowly draining me. I don't want to keep being strong in a way that is hurting me. So I'm asking you, help me see clearly what I'm holding. Help me understand what belongs to me and what doesn't. Help me release the weight that I was never meant to carry. Even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels unfamiliar, give me the courage to let go without guilt. Give me the strength to choose peace instead of pressure. Give me the clarity to respect my limits instead of ignoring them, and stay with me in this moment. Because I don't want to go back to the same pattern. I don't want to keep carrying everything alone. I want to feel light again. I want to feel present again, even if it starts small, even if it starts with just one thing. Stay with me as I begin to release this, amen? Now listen carefully. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to solve every problem. You don't need to carry everything the same way you've been carrying it. You just need to loosen your grip on one thing, just one. And that's enough to begin, because the moment you stop holding everything so tightly is the moment something inside you finally starts to breathe again.